So very good morning, Mukti. Warm welcome to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Good
so
morning.
I was just saying, since they're still joining in, can we just give them another 2 minutes?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. No problem.
Great. And children, please, I think you should call up your friends and ask them to join quickly, because I assure you this is going to be a very interesting and at the same time very inspiring session. Ma'am Mukti has so many hats that she dons that it is amazing that one person can, be so multitasking in so many various fields. So just call up your friends and ask them to quickly join so that we may begin in 2 minutes time. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I'd like to request everybody, if you could switch on your cameras, please, now. And we can begin. So thank you so much, dear teachers and children who have joined us this morning. I know it's a holiday for all of us, but I can, again, like I just said, I can assure you, Mukti Srivastava is a woman that all of us can be, can easily take inspiration from. And the girls who have joined, also the boys, definitely, children, you should understand that it's not always luck. If you're determined and you want to put in hard work along with your determination, anything is possible. Just a very little brief about Mukti. We've already sent out the poster to you, so you're aware that Ma'am Srivastava was the first woman officer to be commissioned in the air traffic control in the Indian Air Force. After her service there, she was the first woman to have started a all-women CNG petrol pump at Shantipur, Delhi. Ma'am has also won the Mrs. India title very recently. She went for the Mrs. India competition and won the Miss International title there in 2021. Ma'am has worked in Z Media. She has, she's a badminton international champion, and her record in the Meerut University is still challenged because she has been the winner there for 6 consecutive years, and that's a record which is still not broken by anybody. So you can see that there is so many shades to her career graph, and right now she is working with Sudaksha. So a very, very warm welcome to you, Mukti, and it's over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, it's my great pleasure to be here amongst you all. Though I have attended several such other events, but addressing such an intelligent audience is really very inspiring. So what I would do, I would like this session to be an interactive one. I see, means, are there only teachers or the students are also there?
No, there are students as well.
Okay.
Please switch on your camera so that we can see you. And like ma'am said, let it be interactive. You must try and, answer and participate in the session. Only then you'll enjoy it even more.
Yes. So I'll keep telling you all some stories from my life only and a few pictures of course, of myself for letting you understand what I'm trying to convey. So you can interrupt me and ask me questions, but since you're on, all of you, I think would be on mute, or they can unmute themselves.
They can unmute themselves because these are senior children, so we've allowed them that they can unmute themselves.
Okay, that would be great. What I would say that if anyone wants to ask a question in between while I'm telling the stories, so you can always interrupt. Your question would be most welcome. Otherwise, I'll take all the questions at the end of the session. Okay, so I would like to share my screen. Can I share that?
And can you just try? Then I'll ask the admin to help you if it's not there.
I see. Yes, is it shared?
Yes, I can see it. I don't know about others, but it's there. If you all could just give a thumbs up reaction.
We can see.
We can see that, ma'am.
That's great. So this is my motto, that there is nothing impossible for those who want to try. And those who are trying would definitely achieve whatever they want to achieve in life. So all those children who are there in this session, I would like to ask, what inspires you, or who inspires you? I would like to like all of you, or at least a few of you, to answer.
Children, those who have joined, if you don't want to, I think it would be nice if you answered. Otherwise, please put it in the chat box.
otherwise, chat box actually while presenting I can't see, so someone
Okay,
has
right.
to do that for me.
Come on, children. Who inspires you? I'm sure there must be something or someone.
Yes.
If you could get some answers from you.
Children are from senior section 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, children. This is a very, very simple question. It's not from your chemistry book.
Nobody
Or
inspires. How is that possible? I don't believe it. Anyways, so if nobody wants to answer, those who are in 11th and 12th, they must have given their board exams 10th, and they must have taken the streams they wanted to take as per their liking, whatever they want to become. So these are the pictures. Yes. So everybody can identify these famous personalities. Any of these inspires any one of you? I hope at least a few kids would be inspired by some of them at least.
Dr. APJ Kalam, ma'am.
You are telling, ma'am, let children speak.
And we need to initiate, then children will be, kind of
yes.
saying that we need to respond.
People know this lady?
Kiran Bedi.
She is my inspiration, Mrs.
Kiran.
Yes. So people means when you are growing up, you are in that stage that you must have made up your mind what you want to become and taken the streams accordingly. So these people are the ones who might have inspired you, or there might be some others who would be inspiring. Milkha Singh, or girls who want to become beauty queens, or people who want to join Bollywood or Hollywood, or these are the famous badminton players. I'm a badminton player, so I put their picture because I like both of them. This is PV Sindhu, this is Saina Nehwal, and kids might want to become a chef. This is also a very nice job these days. Or people might want to become politicians. Or you kids might be wanting to join defense forces. These three are the defense heads. And then we have, this is the latest sensation, Neeraj Chopra, all of you might be knowing. So any one of these might be inspiring. Now I have MA Fosan also, because this is an art which people are now taking up and joining, and design institutes and all. This is also a very nice field. So any of these, who inspires? So I would say you are not there to become only one of these. You can become multi-talented. You might be multi-talented and can do multi-various jobs. Like I'll show you from this. I'm an international badminton player, as ma'am told you, and I joined Air Force as the first woman air traffic controlling officer. And then this is the beauty pageant picture. And I'm also into corporate and working. So after leaving the Air Force, I have been into corporates. And so I'll start telling you story from my schooling days. So these, you can be more than one. So this is where I was given best all-rounder award. And this is, I was the school captain. I don't know whether you can see here. My picture is not visible. Here, now you can see. And then, so it was quite difficult during this to excel in the sports, as the infrastructure available was not that good. My parents used to tell me to study and perform well. I had a problem here because both my brothers were very brilliant. One is a BTech in computer science from IIT Delhi, and the other one is a doctor. So during those days also, they used to score very nice marks, 95, 96, 97, 98% marks. And I was just above average. So my father always scolded me for not giving too much of attention on his studies like my brothers. But as far as I was concerned, I was quite sure of myself and always used to tell my father, don't worry, Papa, when the time comes, I will work hard and do whatever I want to achieve. But even then, he used to pester me a lot and keep telling me, study and study like your brothers. But Why are you telling, why am I telling you all this? This is just to let you know that it doesn't matter. Even if you are unable to get good marks or are not amongst the toppers, life doesn't stop there. You might be good in something else. So you just need to explore and recognize your talent. So just for your information, if any of you wants to join armed forces, I can definitely tell you that they don't want any studious students. They don't want any international player. They just want to include candidates who can take challenges head on, and those who are hardworking. Basically, I would say that you should be aware of your surroundings, as they are looking for all rounders. Though I was not brilliant in studies, like I'm telling you, I was an all rounder, and that's how I got selected in Air Force. So if you ask, life is never a cakewalk for anyone, but we all have to struggle to achieve our dreams. And so these are a few of my prizes which I got, and this is the best athlete award and all those things. So I would continue from here, and then for joining Air Force, it all started for me when I was a kid. And I used to idolize, like I told you, I used to idolize Mrs. Kiran Bedi, the first woman IPS officer of India. I was always fascinated by the uniform and wanted to be in it one day. So as soon as I completed my graduation, government announced that armed forces have opened up for women officers. So this was the opportunity I was looking for. This was the job I always wanted to be in, to have a commanding position and serve the nation too. So I applied, and my application was shortlisted. I appeared in the Air Force Services Selection Board at Dehradun. After the initial screening, I was shortlisted and went through the main evaluation process. So I was overjoyed when my name was announced, as I was amongst the selected candidates. So this meant that I had to go through the medical examination as the finalist. So after a couple of months, medical examination was conducted, and I was adjudged fit and was told that the candidates who have passed would be joining the first ever batch of women air traffic controllers in Indian Air Force. So I was over the moon, but my happiness was short-lived. A few days after clearing my medical test, instead of getting the joining letter, imagine what I got. A three-line letter from Indian Air Force that air traffic controlling is a very high pressure job, and these vacancies have not been approved by government for women, and so your candidature is hereby cancelled. Imagine the plight of all the selected candidates, that after going through such a stress and wasting so much of time in the selection process, we got this letter that vacancies were not approved. This was totally unacceptable as to why Air Force had to do the selection process without the vacancies being approved, why they had to give hopes and then shatter them. How was this justified? So these are the questions I was looking for. So I was unable to digest all this and decided to go to the High Court and challenge the decision. So I went to the Delhi High Court. And before that, I contacted other girls who were selected along with me, but all of them said that how can we fight against such a big organization like Air Force? It would be a waste of time and money. But I had already made up my mind to go ahead. My parents and my brothers always stood by me and begged me fight the case. It was very tough, since I had to do all the running around for the case myself, as my father was working, elder brother was that time in IT, and younger brother was studying MBBS. So I couldn't have asked them to leave everything and do all the hard work of running around with me at the cost of their studies and jobs. And that too, when every single person known to me was discouraging me that it's a lost battle, you are trying to fight against such big organizations like Air Force and the government of India. But I never lost hope. And it was a decision by the High Court in record time of 3 months in my favor. Though Air Force went on to challenge the decision in Supreme Court, but there also they lost. And finally, order was given to induct women in air traffic control branch of Indian Air Force. And that's how I became the first woman officer in air traffic controlling branch in Indian Air Force. So this is a short story of joining the Air Force. So everything doesn't come that easily. All this struggle was before joining Air Force. So do you think that there was more struggle in store for me? What do you think?
I'm sure. No?
Yeah, there was. So that time when I joined, I was just 24 years old. And there were airmen. Airmen are those who are at the clerical level in Air Force. So they were almost twice my age. They were not used to listening to women officer, as I was the first one to be posted there. So initially it was very difficult for them to convince that now there is a lady who is going to be giving orders. So initially they used to call me beta ye, beta wo. I said, no, nothing like that. I just want to get the work done. Nobody is beta or father over here. You are, I am over there, the officer. So you have to listen whatever I am telling, like any other officer. So with initial hiccups and difficulties, gradually they realized there is no option but to listen to this young girl only, as she is not going to give in. So that's how I continued in the Air Force, and the journey didn't stop. You can see this picture. This is my elder daughter. During the Kargil war, she was only 8 months old. So I was that time doing those night shifts and all, because there was shortage of officers and everybody was required to do night shifts. So I said, my senior whom I was reporting to said that, Mukti, if you have a small child, if you don't want to do night shifts, it's fine. I said, no, that's not done. I am also equal to everyone. So I am going to do night shifts like everyone else. So I used to take my daughter along with me. So this is the picture which was taken when I was coming after the night shift in the morning at around 6:30 or 7 o'clock. So that's why I put it here to just tell all the ladies who are listening to me and all the males who will be supporting them afterwards when they are working, that whatever may come, if they have the willpower, they can do whatever they want. Because this small child, my daughter, never used to stay back at home. During the day she was okay, but during night she was very cranky, so I had to carry her along with the maid. So anyways, these are my two kids here in this picture. This is the last day of my Air Force when I was leaving. My younger daughter was 6 months old and elder was a little old. So that's how my Air Force journey began. I was a topper in my course, air traffic controlling course. So this is the award which I am receiving. And so that's how my journey continued. And after the exciting tenure in Indian Air Force, I came to know that Indraprasth Gas Limited allots CNG filling stations to ex-defense officers. So I would stop. Has anybody any question or wants to pitch in with something? Any of the students or any of the teachers or whosoever has joined? Okay, then I'll continue with the story. Okay. So I applied for this and got one CMG station, which was at Shantipat, like you were telling. The station was managed by me, since I am always in favor of empowering women in every field. So I decided to develop it into all ladies CMG station. So it was a big challenge that time to operate with all women staff, since the customer at CNG station were like lower likes of auto walas and taxi walas, and few private vehicles were also there. But then this was the majority which drivers used to come in. So initially they used to come just to see how women are working as fillers, and sometimes it was difficult to control them. But after initial hiccups, everything worked smoothly and started enjoying there. And I ran it for almost 5 years. And I would here like to say that if you should never give up and believe in yourself, because the CNG station was, after leaving the Air Force, this was also one of the big challenges to run, since all were ladies and girls. So confidence I never lost, and which I would say that confidence is the key to get ahead in life. So that's how my journey continued. And
I just wanted to ask something here. So Mukti, is that filling station still running by, is still there and women are
yes,
still
yes,
running it?
yes. It is still there. Somebody else is running it, because when I left that CNG station, I handed it back to Indraprasth Gas Limited. It is given on lease to whosoever.
Okay.
Means it was that time given to ex-defense officers.
Okay.
So as you can see, these are a few pictures of my sports, because since my school days, I was very interested in sports, especially badminton. I was an athlete too. I used to run 100, 200, 400, and then whatnot, everything I used to do in a school at least. And then at regional level, I was running and sprinting. So in badminton, but I excelled. I won UP State Championship and represented the state in women nationals. Then I played All India University, and I was also selected in combined universities team. My record for winning a Merit University Championship, like I told you, consecutively for 6 times is still intact. And even now I play. I am 49, and even now I play, and I have won All India Masters Badminton tournaments, and very recently I went to Spain to represent India in World Badminton Championship, which was held in December 2021. So dedication and hard work are 2 qualities which would take you to the top. Because at this stage of life, people start thinking that you can't do anything now. You just have to be at home, or you just have to do your job. It's nothing like that. If you have to believe in yourself, and if you believe in yourself, then only the world will believe in you, because perception becomes reality. So I would like to tell all of you that you have to believe in yourself throughout your life. Only then you would be able to achieve whatever you have been thinking of. So after means this is the Indian national flag which we were holding at Spain and all this. So this is the latest which I have done. I wanted to be out of my comfort zone. So I participated in Mrs. India contest, though this was never my forte, and I never dreamt of being in anything like that. Being a defense officer and a sportswoman, this was something which I was not at all comfortable. So catwalk and then performing in talent round, singing, dancing, all those things I've never done. So it was in itself a challenge for me, but I worked towards it and won the title of international personalities. That was I myself was very surprised when I won the title. So I would say that I was not the one who was entitled to anything, but I achieved everything on my own, whatever big or small I have in life. I hope to keep doing bigger and better things in life. So let us see what else is in store for me. So when you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go. I would say that dream big and fight for your dreams, as no one else is going to fight on your behalf for your dreams to make them happen. So this is one thing which I would definitely advise everyone: dream big. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. So I've really worked hard for where I am today, and whatever I have achieved, I'm extremely proud that I have had the ability to work so hard that I could stand shoulder to shoulder to all my counterparts, whether male or female. My biggest achievement is to always trust myself and my decisions, and say, even if I fall, it's okay. It'll be my mistake, which I would not like to blame on anyone else. So dedication, hard work, self-belief, and will to succeed are the keys to success. If you have these things, then nothing is impossible. So these are recent interviews which I have given after winning the crown in Mrs. India contest, and a few others are a little old. And these are the few paper and newspaper and magazine clippings, which I have. Anyone wants to ask anything, please go ahead.
Children, it's surprising that there's so much ma'am has shared with y'all this morning about her journey and how at every step she has not given up. And the best thing is that she's challenged herself, not staying in her comfort zone, and that is something at this stage of life that all of y'all are in. You have to try and come out of your comfort zone, and like it's written in one of these articles, dare to win. You should not accept mediocrity, and that is what I keep telling y'all. And people like Mukti Srivastava should give you that kind of inspiration, that it is just your grit and determination coupled with hard work and belief in yourself that nothing is impossible if I want to achieve it. You're really going to be able to reach for the sky. So I'm sure if you have anything to ask, ma'am, if you want to share something.
So actually, when I was having an interactive session with the small kids, they were quite interactive. They were continuously asking me questions, but I thought that
ma'am earlier addressed the primary children on the 15th, on 26th of January.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were so excited. They had so many questions to ask. So even I'm a little surprised that you all are at that threshold of your journey where you have to make a lot of choices just now.
Yes.
And you don't have anything to ask. Okay, I can see some Darshita has written, it was really inspiring, ma'am, learned a lot.
Okay, but, thanks.
Yeah. So if
I have many other stories, but I thought that these stories would be sufficient for me to tell you, because everybody would be having questions, but people are not having any questions. It's very surprising. Anyways, if they want to ask anything, they can. Open house. So otherwise, any of the teachers or any other senior person who has joined can ask me whatever they want.
Amongst you children, I'm sure, ma'am, you can, if it's if your slides are done, we can stop screen sharing.
I'm done with the slides. I can stop. I'll stop sharing.
Good morning, Mukti ma'am. Actually, our children are very hesitant in asking the question.
Why is that so?
I don't know, but they imbibe everything. Later on, they discuss it with the teachers in the class. Ma'am, so and so was saying that. How it happened? Is it really possible? They are hesitant. We don't know why.
Okay. Anyways,
maybe they are not so
even
outspoken.
If they ask, even if they want to ask me later, they can always send the questions, and I would be very glad to answer whatever they want to ask. So it's
definitely not a problem. Though they imbibe the values, but they are a little hesitant.
Yeah, there are a few chats.
But really, it was very inspiring, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think children, if you are hesitant to ask, write down in the chat box and send it across.
Yes, now I can read because I'm not presenting. That would be fine.
Because I can see Rehma, Mridul, I can see some really, children who are very outspoken. I can see Rehma there, Mridul there. I'm sure Atmaj, I'm sure you all would want to say something, even if you don't want to ask something. Aniket, Limra, you have nothing to ask. Yazdan, Jafri has always so many questions. Today he's so quiet. It's surprising.
No, ma'am.
So then ask whatever you want to ask.
No, ma'am. I do not have any question, but it is really a great inspiration. Ma'am is even Aditi ma'am is a great inspiration for all of us. I remember when Sana ma'am was our principal. Ma'am was the principal of Ashrafabad campus. Then she took the leadership when I was in class 5th. Then of Chowk campus in 2017, I remember things. So Then I thought that ma'am is come to for head office inspection. Then one of my staff friends, Abbas, hadn't told that ma'am, now Aditi ma'am has told of the leadership of Chowk campus, and she has improved the branch so in any terms. In whether we
Yazdan,
see,
we are here to speak about Mukti ma'am and her presentation.
No,
Can we
that's
just-
fine.
ma'am.
I
You
would
have
love to
any
hear
questions
about you
for
all
her?
also. That's fine. And that's great.
So thank you, Yazdan. You
Thank you, ma'am.
anybody else would like to ask something or share something? So if not, then once again I'd like to say thank you to
Excuse
Mukti
me,
for
ma'am.
taking up. Yes, I can hear somebody. Go ahead.
Ma'am, we have a lot of pressure of scoring good marks, like in the academics. So, like, how did you deal with that during your time?
So that's what I told initially only. You need not to score very good marks. It's fine. Let parents say whatever they want to say. Understood? And let teachers say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter. You should believe in yourself. That's what I've been telling. You should believe in yourself and do whatever you want to do. It's not just studies. Understood? You can become like I showed you in the slide. There are so many options available, or anything else you want to do. I have two daughters, and my elder daughter is a designer from NIT. So she used to draw very nicely, very good drawings. She drew a portrait of her principal while sitting in front of her, and principal was very happy. So that way she was very good in drawing. So I told her that even if you don't want to become a doctor, engineer, or whatever, civil services officer, whatever, if you don't want to become, it's fine with me. You can go ahead with your talent. And she is very happy now. She is now a graduate from National Institute of Design. So likewise, my younger daughter also doesn't want to become all these things, the main professions which we say. So she wants to become a nutritionist. It's fine. Though she is very good in her studies, but even then I'm not forcing her to do anything. So likewise, you should ask your parents, I'll do whatever I want to. You can become a sports person, or you can become a scientist, or anything. There are so many options available these days. So even if you are not scoring well, it's perfectly fine. You should just believe in yourself and go ahead with your life.
Yes, children,
Thank
I
you,
think very often I have said this to you all. And very recently, I've been having conversations with children, and there was this boy in class 10, again, not really wanting to pay much attention to his studies. So I was just trying to inquire, okay, what is it that, it has to begin with an inspiration, children. So I asked him, what is it that you want to become? So he told me that he wants to become a Formula One driver. I said, wonderful, that's something so offbeat. But just tell me one Formula One driver who you aspire to become like. Now, if you haven't decided who is your idol, where are you going to begin from? He was not able to answer that if a name of any Formula One driver. Then, if it's just a video game that you're playing and that is inspiring you to become, wanting to become a Formula One driver because you're playing some racing games, that's not enough. You need to really find out how much of hard work will go into it. What are the skills that you need to develop? Who is one person who is great in that particular field, so that you can find out what was their journey. So there's a lot of research, a lot of understanding, a lot of belief in yourself. Only then you will be able to convince your parents that this is what I want to be. Like you just heard Mukti ma'am, she was not ready to accept that a woman officer cannot be commissioned. She challenged the government, she challenged the Indian Air Force, saying, no, that's exactly where I want to be, because she was determined. And she had qualified. So she believed that if I have qualified, I have the same kind of grit and I'm ready to put in that many hours of hard work, then why not me, just because I'm a woman? So you have to have that kind of conviction, Wali, to be able to tell your parents, I'm happy with the 80%, but this is what I want to do. So I'm putting all my efforts in that basket.
Yeah, Aditi ma'am, very well said. And I would like to add here that my father wanted me to become a doctor initially, because when I was a kid, or I used to tell him that I want to wear the uniform, but being selected in IPS is quite a difficult task. So he said, first become a doctor and then give civil services. I said, no, I am not going to do all those things. because I don't want to become a doctor. Why should I give the medical exam after 12? He said, no, you have to do something after 12. Are you going to do simple BSc? I said, yes, I'm going to do simple BSc. I'm not going to give any medical or engineering exam because I don't want to go in that field. Why to waste my time? I'll play instead in this time. And when I have that caliber and when the time comes, I would definitely give the exam which I want to give. And that's what I did. After my BSc, I gave this Air Force exam. And before that, I never used to study. I just used to score very average marks, 60-70%. That's it. And as compared to my brothers who were scoring so high, I used to get scolded every day. Anyways, so it's a matter of choice what you want to do and how you want to take it up. That's the most important thing, because if you are not giving your life a direction, then you won't be able to achieve.
Is there any other question, or can we wind up the session?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to ask one thing. Ma'am, some days are really difficult to handle. Ma'am, how did you get the motivation to do well in life? Ma'am, in those difficult times?
Yeah, you are right. There are still a few days where it's very difficult to remain motivated. So what I do is I have been doing yoga and I spend time with myself. So that really helps. And you are all young children. So you should practice from now on. You should spend some time with yourself, not that you are with all the time with someone or the other and you are just chatting and doing all those things and partying and whatnot. I am not sure what children do these days. So anyways, you should spend some time in a day at least for yourself. 10 minutes, be it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or even if 5 minutes you are spending. So that would give you motivation to go on. You'll think twice what I have done today, or what am I going to do today means how will my day be today. So that's what I do. I don't know how much it will help you out, but that helps me a lot. I spend some time with me daily.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Okay. Great, Wali. Go ahead. So thank you once again.
Just a minute, ma'am. Somebody is asking, ma'am, I
Yazdan
want
again.
to become a commercial pilot, but I don't know what is the process. During these days, how can you not know what is the process? Because Google is there and you can search out anything. So becoming a commercial pilot, you search out in Google, you will get hundreds of things. And you can always go ahead. This question was from Atmaj Maurya. So I think you should, because for being a commercial pilot, I can't advise you much because I have not been in that field. You can ask someone who is there or Google out, everything is there available. So many teachers are there. Somebody might be knowing how to become a commercial pilot. I'm sure. So I don't think any more questions in the chat also.
Okay, so thank you, Mukti, once again for.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting. It was a great pleasure to be here. But I'm a little disappointed also because kids are very silent.
Yes, I was like, even I would have. Samya says that it must have been very hectic doing so many things.
No, it's fine. I am enjoying still, and I'm looking forward to my life. Every day is a new day. So I don't know. I never thought that it was hectic. I never felt also.
And children, ma'am mentioned that even up, at the age of being 40 plus, she has still gone and represented India in a badminton, and she's still playing badminton. And so it's not that, it's just again, at the end of the day,
daily. I give 2 hours minimum to my badminton. I practice daily.
Exactly. So it's just that you need to have a proper balance of your, utilize your time well, and balance your work and your
Yes,
hobbies, whatever
work-life
you
balance
wish to
is a
do.
must. You're right,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, so
So I
thank you, everybody. You have it's a voting day today in Lucknow, so I hope all of you go and cast your vote and
Please cast your
exercise
vote.
your. Yes.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.